up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about how the Trump administration is going to impact the economy in the U.S. and the macroeconomic ecosystem across the world. Now it's going to impact, more importantly, your finances, so stay tuned. For starters, we're going to begin with a trend that I've been looking at the world. Then we're going to talk about how the Trump administration is going to impact the economy, and then we're going to talk about what you can do to adjust to this new regime change in the financial markets. So first of all, a macroeconomic or a macro protectionist trend has been evolving across the world over the past couple of years. And this essentially is favoring, like I said, protectionism over globalization. Protectionism is kind of like protectionism is really the opposite of globalization in a way, because it's favoring local markets, higher tariffs, and essentially making more emphasis in local development and local products and local labor. So that's why we got Brexit, and that's why we're getting this America First kind of policy. So, and this is in part due to a forgotten, left behind labor force, or usually a lower end class, that has been essentially displaced and replaced by big companies that have been exporting their workers elsewhere. So they've been exporting their manufacturing to China, to Mexico, to Brazil, to Southeast Asia, cheaper countries, and this has essentially unemployed a lot of these labor workers. There's also a thesis that robots are displacing workers, but the most recent impact has been this specifically, and that has creating anger and resentment in the lower labor class, which has pressured all these politicians to enact protectionist policies that respond to their needs. So that's why Trump won the election, because he's listening to these forgotten lower class people that essentially are employed. And so the new Trump administration is obviously going to start with a protectionist policy, so increasing tariffs, increasing the lowering taxes as well for general households. So not just companies, although it will lower corporate taxes for companies, which may stimulate economic activity. It would also favor the lower end of the spectrum for general consumers. Another proposal is an increase in government efficiency, so essentially reducing the deficit of the U.S., which may benefit obviously the U.S. However, there's the downside of this is that maybe further down the line there's going to be some things that they're gonna cut off the government that may be necessary. So it's a balancing act that the administration needs to play with. The increase in tariffs, like I said, may increase costs, may increase inflation, but it's going to be a compensation for the lowering of taxes for the local economy. So people claim that lower taxes will increase the deficit. Well, tariffs are going to be there to kind of balance out that lowering in taxes and lower revenue that's going to be coming in from the government. Another policy is deregulation. Trump proposes to deregulate the financial industry, the tech industry, which is going to cause innovation in the industry as well. The flip side of that may be that further down the line, lack of regulation may cause a blowout or a meltdown like the one in 2008, where this entire thing in 2008 happened because in the early 2000s, the financial industry was deregulated, and this caused the release of these very volatile financial products called CDOs that obviously caused a lot of issues with the overall global financial industry. So lower taxes, deregulation, protectionism, and government efficiency are some of the things that Trump is pushing for in this new administration. So another thing, so this is, we're looking here at interest rates, and interest rates have been decreasing. The Federal Reserve has been lowering interest rates gradually over the past couple of months. And this is a positive sign for the economy because it's boosting the economy. It's lowering the cost of money. The argument is that some of the Trump policies may increase inflation, and disinflation over here, and may decelerate the pace at which the Federal Reserve is lowering interest rates. So that's kind of the argument and kind of like the balancing act that the administration needs to deal with to prevent inflation from increasing again like it was over here at 9%. I mean, of course, it's not going to go all the way there, but it's a balancing act that the administration needs to play with. So what can you do to prepare for this new regime change in the market? So one of the things you could do is if inflation is to increase, you can buy commodities. Commodities are always correlated with an increase in costs. So if inflation increases, commodities increase. Another thing you can buy is TIPS, so TIPS, Treasury Inflation Protected Securities, which are securities issued by the Federal Reserve that are indexed to inflation. So if inflation goes up, your security will go up, and you're not going to lose money or corrode your purchasing power or investment power by buying Treasury inflation protected securities. Another thing you should do is stay informed to the tax bracket changes and stay informed to the upcoming developments. Of course, I will try to keep you ahead of the curve by keeping you posted with videos like these. So, and this is kind of like in a nutshell what's going to happen. And I'm going to make another video of this further down the line when some of these policies are being implemented to keep you updated. Feel free to ask any questions in the comment below and stay posted for more changes and videos like this. Thank you.